boy who lived come to die.
One of the most confusing and misunderstood parts of the Harry Potter series is why Harry did not die in the Forbidden Forest during the Battle of Hogwarts. I touched on this briefly in another video, but all that did was bring up 10 times more questions for people in the comments. So in this video, I'm going to break this scene down and explain every part of it so it's finally understood by all. Harry and Voldemort are interlinked because of the prophecy that says neither can live while the other survives, meaning that one of them is going to have to kill the other in the end.
For neither can live while the other survives.
During the Battle of Hogwarts, Harry finds out the awful truth that when Voldemort tried to kill him as a baby, Voldemort accidentally made a Horcrux inside of Harry. This means that if Harry tried to kill Voldemort during the Battle of Hogwarts and was successful, it would not actually kill him. Voldemort would live on by using the Horcrux inside of Harry as a crutch. As Harry had just seen in Snape's memories, in order for the Horcrux inside of him to be destroyed, he himself must die.
You've kept him alive so that he can die at the proper moment. You've been raising him like a pig for slaughter.
During the battle, Voldemort sends Harry a message.
Join me in the Forbidden Forest and confront your fate.
Harry, being the hero that he is, goes into the forest unarmed, his wand in his jacket pocket, and he willingly lets Voldemort kill him. Now, here's where the confusion is. There are a few misconceptions that many people think are canon, but really are not. One is that he did not die because he was the Master of Death, owning all 3 of the Deathly Hallows, the Elder Wand, which Voldemort actually used to kill him, the Resurrection Stone, which Harry just used to see his dead loved ones, and the Invisibility Cloak, which was passed down in his family for many years. This, however, is not the reason why he did not die. This is actually just a fan theory, which many people don't know because it's become so accepted as canon. This and other theories go deeper, saying that Harry, Voldemort, Snape, and Dumbledore are representations of the 3 brothers and death. Voldemort is Antioch, who got the Elder Wand, craving power. Snape is Cadmus, who got the Resurrection Stone and lost the love of his life. Harry is Ignotus, who got the cloak, and when he was ready, he welcomed death like an old friend. And Dumbledore is Death. When Harry dies, he greets Death, or Dumbledore, like an old friend, just as Cadmus did. This is probably the best Harry Potter fan theory that anyone has ever made, and Rowling herself has even said that it's her favorite fan theory. Now, I'd be willing to bet that many of you are thinking that you know why he didn't die, and I'm positive that almost all of you would be wrong. The biggest misconception people have with this scene is that Harry did not die because the killing curse hit the Horcrux instead of Harry, the Horcrux essentially taking the bullet for him. But this is not true. While he's in essentially Rowling's version of heaven, Harry speaks with Dumbledore, and this is where everything is explained. But again, it's extremely confusing, so I'm going to break it down. Harry first says to Dumbledore that if Voldemort used the killing curse and no one died for him this time, how could he be alive? This takes us back to the night that Voldemort tried to kill Harry in Godric's Hollow, the first time he used the killing curse on Harry. Before he did so, Harry's mother Lily jumped in front of him and sacrificed herself for her only son. This triggered one of the most powerful forms of magic there is, love. Because Lily sacrificed herself, she put a protection on Harry, making sure that no harm could come to him. So when Voldemort tried to kill Harry, the spell rebounded and hit Voldemort.
She sacrificed herself for you, and that kind of act leaves a mark. No, this kind of mark cannot be seen. It lives in your very skin.
What is it?
Love, Harry.
Realizing this, Dumbledore figured out a way for this protection that Lily gave to Harry to last even longer, 16 years to be exact. By taking Harry to Lily's sister's house, the protection lived on inside of her because Lily and Petunia shared the same blood. As long as Harry called Petunia's house his home, the protection lived on inside of her blood. With this in place, Voldemort could not touch Harry, and if he did, it would physically pain him. We saw this happen in the Philosopher's Stone with Quirrell. When Harry turned 17, however, the enchantment would be lifted, so in the Deathly Hallows, there should have been no protection. However, there was. Going back to Harry and Dumbledore's conversation, Dumbledore asks Harry to think why he didn't die, and Harry says it's because Voldemort took his blood. This takes us back to the love protection. As I said, because of the protection, Voldemort could not touch Harry, but Voldemort found a way around this when he got his new body in the Goblet of Fire. He had Wormtail take Harry's blood and mix it into the equation.
The Dark Lord shall rise again.
It did exactly what Voldemort wanted it to do. The protection was inside Harry's blood, and now that very blood coursed through Voldemort's veins. This made the protection cancel out, and Voldemort could now touch Harry without being harmed.
I can touch you now.
It was a genius move on Voldemort's part. However, it would later come to be his downfall. Dumbledore's plan to use Lily's protection to protect Harry should have gone away when he turned 17, and everyone thought that it did. But Lily's protection actually lived on inside of Voldemort. Because he had Harry's blood inside of him, the protection lived on. Dumbledore explained this, saying, "His body keeps your sacrifice alive, and while the enchantment survives, so do you." As I said before, many people think that the Horcrux essentially took the bullet for Harry, and that was why he did not die. But this is proven to be even more wrong with the love protection explanation. Had the love protection that lived inside of Voldemort not been there, when Voldemort hit Harry with the killing curse, Harry would have died along with the Horcrux. But because the protection was there, Harry lived, and the Horcrux died. The Horcrux did not save him. The Deathly Hallows did not save him. It was the love protection inside of Voldemort that ultimately did the job. So now the question is, how did Harry go from this form of heaven and return to his body in the forest? Well, even though he was in heaven and with the deceased Dumbledore, Harry never died. Dumbledore said to Harry that Voldemort failed to kill him and said that both could agree that Harry was not dead. Because he was not dead, Harry had a choice. He could stay there with Dumbledore, or he could go back.
I have to go back, haven't I?
This form of heaven turned out to be King's Cross Station.
King's Cross, is that right?
All Harry had to do was take a train back.
And where would it take me?
On.
Harry of course chose to go back to end his fight with Voldemort once and for all. In doing so, Harry not only returned to his living body, but put a protection on everyone fighting for him. He had his wand in his jacket pocket and had no plans to resist or fight back, and willingly gave up his life. By doing this, he gave his allies the same protection that his mother gave him all those years ago through the power of love. Harry not dying and staying alive ensured their victory against Voldemort and his Death Eaters. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You can follow me on social media. Links for that will be down below. If you like this video, make sure you press that subscribe button to help grow the channel. I want to give a huge shout out to all my patrons listed below. If you want to be featured on the next video, plus get a bunch of other rewards, check out my Patreon. Again, thank you so much for watching, and look out for more great videos on the way.